Hello, my dear friends. Today, I'm sharing a story that will inspire you to understand the power of self-discipline for success. This story is about a girl named Emma Carter who struggled with learning English and achieving her dreams, but through self-discipline, she turned her life around. If you have ever felt lost, unmotivated, or stuck in your learning journey, this story will show you that success is possible when you take control of your habits, mindset, and daily routine. Emma Carter was a 22-year-old girl living in Austin, Texas. She had always dreamed of working in an international company where English was a must. However, she struggled with speaking fluently. Every time she tried to speak in English, she hesitated, got nervous, and feared making mistakes. She felt frustrated because she understood English but couldn't express herself confidently. Her family was supportive, but they didn't speak English at home. Her best friend, Michael Collins, often encouraged her, but Emma lacked consistency. She would study for a few days and then lose motivation. She watched countless YouTube videos about learning English, read self-help books, and even tried language apps, but nothing seemed to work for long. She always found excuses: too tired, too busy, or too shy to practice speaking. One day, everything changed. She attended a seminar on personal development where the speaker, Dr. Rachel Henderson, talked about self-discipline for success. The speaker's words hit Emma like a lightning bolt. Success isn't about motivation. Motivation fades. Success is about self-discipline, the ability to do what you need to do, even when you don't feel like it. Emma realized that the problem wasn't her ability to learn English. It was her lack of self-discipline. She had been waiting for motivation to study, but motivation was temporary. What she really needed was a plan, a routine, and the discipline to follow through, no matter how she felt. That night, Emma sat down with a notebook and made a promise to herself. No more excuses. No more waiting for motivation. From now on, she would be disciplined. She created a detailed plan for learning English. Morning routine. She would wake up at 6 a.m. and spend 30 minutes practicing English speaking exercises. Daily English conversations. She would talk to herself in English, record her voice, and improve her pronunciation. Reading and writing. She would read an English book for 20 minutes every day and write a journal entry in English. Listening and watching. She would watch English news and listen to podcasts to improve her listening skills. Speaking practice with others. She would join an online language exchange program to practice speaking with native speakers. Discipline tracker. She would keep a habit tracker to monitor her daily progress. At first, it was difficult. Waking up early was a struggle. Some days, she didn't feel like speaking in English. But she reminded herself, self-discipline means doing it even when you don't feel like it. A few weeks into her disciplined routine, Emma started noticing small improvements. Her pronunciation got better. Her confidence grew. She no longer hesitated as much when speaking. Michael noticed the change. "Emma, you're improving so much. What's your secret?" he asked. Emma smiled. "It's not a secret. It's just self-discipline. I stopped waiting for motivation and started showing up every day." Months passed, and Emma's English skills skyrocketed. She applied for a job at an international company. The interview was in English, and for the first time in her life, she spoke without fear. She answered confidently, fluently, and without hesitation. A week later, she received an email. "Congratulations, Emma Carter. You have been selected for the position." Emma's journey was far from over. The job offer was just the beginning of a new chapter in her life. In her role at the international company based in the United States, Emma faced challenges that tested her self-discipline even further. Every day, she arrived at the modern glass-paneled office in downtown Austin with a renewed sense of purpose. She remembered the long hours spent practicing in front of her mirror, the persistent repetition of words and phrases, and the countless moments when self-discipline pushed her through her doubts. At the office, Emma quickly discovered that success in a professional environment wasn't just about speaking English fluently. It was about continuously learning, adapting, and proving to herself and others that her hard work was paying off. During her first week, she attended several team meetings where discussions flowed rapidly in English. Initially, she felt the weight of the language barrier again, but her inner voice, built over months of disciplined practice, reminded her that every challenge was an opportunity to grow. She took careful notes and stayed after meetings to ask her colleagues clarifying questions. Michael Collins, her supportive friend and a co-worker on another project, often encouraged her, saying, "Emma, your dedication is inspiring. Every time you push past your comfort zone, you're setting a new standard for yourself." There were days when the workload was overwhelming. With deadlines approaching and projects piling up, Emma sometimes questioned if she had done enough to prepare herself. However, she had learned a valuable lesson. Success isn't always immediate, and setbacks are just stepping stones. On those days, she would quietly retreat to a small park near the office during lunch. Sitting on a weathered bench under the shade of an old oak tree, she would reflect on her progress and silently reaffirm her commitment to self-discipline. She recalled Dr. Rachel Henderson's words from that life-changing seminar. "The journey of self-discipline is a daily commitment, a series of small choices that collectively shape your destiny." At home, Emma maintained a balanced routine. Her mornings began with a meditation session and a brief review of vocabulary flashcards. Evenings were dedicated to reading a chapter from a book or writing a reflective journal entry in English. Over time, this discipline not only sharpened her language skills, but also instilled in her a newfound resilience and clarity of purpose. Her apartment, a modest yet cozy space in a bustling neighborhood of Austin, became a sanctuary of productivity. Walls adorned with motivational quotes and sticky notes detailing daily goals served as constant reminders of how far she had come. One particularly challenging day at work involved a project with tight deadlines and high expectations from the management team. Emma was tasked with coordinating a presentation that would be delivered to senior executives from diverse backgrounds. The pressure was intense, and despite her training, her mind raced with self-doubt. In the quiet of the night, as she reviewed her notes and rehearsed her speech for the umpteenth time, she encountered a familiar enemy: fatigue and the temptation to cut corners. Instead of giving in, Emma took a moment to pause. She closed her eyes, took a few deep breaths, and reminded herself that this was exactly where her self-discipline needed to shine. Drawing on her months of relentless practice, she reorganized her thoughts, refined her presentation slides, and planned to meet with her mentor, Olivia Martinez, who had become a trusted figure in her professional growth. Olivia, a seasoned project manager, known for her own unwavering discipline, listened intently as Emma expressed her concerns. "Emma, every challenge is a lesson in disguise," Olivia said, her tone firm yet empathetic. "Remember, success is built on the foundation of perseverance. Trust your process. You have the skills and the discipline to overcome this." Olivia's advice resonated with Emma, reinforcing her determination to excel. With a clearer head and a reinvigorated spirit, Emma revised her presentation. The next day, as she stood before the panel, her voice was steady and her language confident. The presentation was a resounding success, not just because of its content, but because it showcased the evolution of a young woman who had mastered the art of self-discipline. Beyond the professional sphere, Emma's personal life flourished as well. She reconnected with her family, sharing with them the milestones of her journey. Her parents, who had always believed in her potential despite the language barrier, were overjoyed to see their daughter's transformation. Evenings spent around the dinner table became moments of celebration and reflection. Her younger brother, Daniel Carter, looked up to her not just as a sister, but as a role model who demonstrated that consistent effort and self-discipline could turn dreams into reality. Emma's story began to spread beyond her immediate circles. She was invited to local community centers and educational forums to speak about her experiences. At one such event in a community hall in Austin, she addressed an audience of eager young learners. Self-discipline for success isn't just about studying hard or practicing every day, she explained passionately. It's about making a choice every single day to show up, even when it's hard. It's about believing that every small step you take is part of a bigger journey toward success. Her words resonated deeply, sparking discussions among students who saw her as a beacon of hope and inspiration. Through these engagements, Emma met people from various walks of life who had their own battles with self-discipline. There was James, a local entrepreneur who struggled with time management. Lisa, a single mother trying to balance work and furthering her education. And even retired individuals looking to reinvent themselves in their later years. Each encounter reinforced Emma's belief that discipline was a universal key to success, regardless of the challenges one faced. Inspired by these stories, Emma decided to channel her experience into a community project. She collaborated with local libraries and cultural centers to launch the Self-Discipline Initiative, a program designed to help individuals overcome their personal and professional hurdles through structured routines, peer support, and continuous learning. The initiative featured workshops on goal setting, time management, and effective study techniques. Emma's first workshop was held on a cool autumn evening in a community center in downtown Austin. The room buzzed with anticipation as participants took their seats. Emma began by sharing her own journey, candidly discussing the setbacks, the doubts, and the breakthroughs. Her authenticity struck a chord with the audience, and soon the session transformed into an engaging dialogue about the struggles and triumphs of everyday life. Throughout the program, Emma emphasized that self-discipline wasn't about perfection. It's about progress, she would say. Every time you choose to get up and try again, no matter how small the step, you're building the habit of success. With each session, the participants shared stories of their own incremental victories, be it a student who finally mastered a challenging subject or an aspiring entrepreneur who learned to manage their time better. Emma's approach was holistic. She integrated mindfulness practices, interactive activities, and real-life applications that made the concept of self-discipline accessible to everyone. Her efforts soon attracted local media attention. An article in a respected local newspaper praised the initiative as a groundbreaking movement towards personal empowerment through self-discipline. The piece detailed how Emma, a once timid English learner, had transformed not only her own life, but was also impacting her community in profound ways. Despite her growing popularity, Emma never lost sight of the quiet moments of self-reflection that had been the cornerstone of her journey. On weekends, she often visited a quaint coffee shop on West 6th Street in Austin, where she'd sit by the window with a cup of steaming coffee, a well-worn notebook, and a stack of vocabulary flashcards. These moments were sacred, times when she could unwind, reflect on her progress, and plan for the future. It was during one of these afternoons that she met a fellow coffee enthusiast, Robert Thompson, a writer who was fascinated by her story. Over shared conversations about literature, self-improvement, and the nuances of language, Robert suggested that Emma consider writing a book about her experiences. The idea intrigued her. The thought of reaching even more people and helping them navigate their own struggles with self-discipline felt like a natural extension of her journey. With Robert's encouragement, Emma began outlining her ideas. She recalled every challenge she had faced, from the nervous beginnings of learning English to the triumphant moment of delivering that crucial presentation. Each memory was a lesson, a vivid reminder that self-discipline was not a destination, but a lifelong journey. As she wrote, her words flowed effortlessly. The process was cathartic. It allowed her to see the interconnectedness of her personal and professional growth. The chapters, though she didn't label them as such in her narrative, wove together anecdotes of struggle and success, highlighting the transformative power of consistent effort. Emma's writing soon evolved into a full-fledged manuscript. She dedicated late nights to crafting each sentence, ensuring that her experiences resonated with authenticity and hope. Friends, family, and even strangers contributed feedback, each adding a layer of depth to her story. Her manuscript eventually took shape as a comprehensive guide on self-discipline, a blend of memoir and motivational handbook that illustrated how embracing routine and perseverance could lead to profound personal transformation. After months of hard work, Emma's book was ready. The local community celebrated its release with an event held at a popular bookstore in downtown Austin. The event was a testament to the ripple effect of her journey. Attendees included individuals from all walks of life: students, professionals, retirees, and even educators. Emma spoke candidly about her past struggles, the incremental steps that led to her success, and the importance of self-discipline as a universal tool for growth. The atmosphere was electric with possibility, and many left the event with a renewed commitment to their own paths of self-improvement. The impact of Emma's book extended well beyond Austin. It was featured in regional newsletters and eventually caught the attention of national media. Articles highlighted how a young woman from the United States, once burdened by her insecurities about language, had turned her challenges into a blueprint for success. Readers from across the country began sharing their own stories of self-discipline and transformation, creating a vibrant community of individuals dedicated to personal growth. Emma found herself at the center of a movement that celebrated small, deliberate actions as the building blocks of a successful life. Yet, even as her public persona grew, Emma remained deeply committed to the core principles that had guided her all along. She continued her daily routine with the same rigor that had once helped her conquer her fear of English. Every morning, she woke up early to review her vocabulary and practice speaking. Every evening was spent journaling her thoughts, and every conversation became an opportunity to learn and grow. In her personal life, she nurtured relationships that reinforced her values. She made time for her family, maintained a close bond with Michael Collins, and continued to seek mentorship from Olivia Martinez and others who had supported her journey. Emma's story was not without its setbacks. There were days when old insecurities resurfaced, moments when the weight of responsibility seemed overwhelming. However, each challenge was met with the same unwavering resolve. On particularly tough days, she would revisit her notes from the early days of her self-discipline journey. She would remember the nights spent poring over language exercises and the countless mornings when she fought the urge to sleep in. These recollections served as powerful reminders that every small victory was a step toward a larger goal. One crisp winter evening, as Emma was wrapping up a webinar on effective communication for non-native speakers, she received an email invitation to speak at an international conference in New York City. The conference, titled Empowering Success Through Self-Discipline, brought together thought leaders, educators, and professionals from around the globe. The opportunity was both thrilling and intimidating. New York City was a bustling metropolis, a melting pot of cultures and ideas, and the thought of addressing an international audience stirred a mixture of excitement and nervous energy within her. In preparation, Emma dove deeper into her routine. She practiced her speech in front of a mirror, recorded herself to analyze her intonation, and sought feedback from colleagues and mentors. Each rehearsal solidified her belief that success was not about innate talent, but about the steadfast application of self-discipline. On the day of the conference, as she stood backstage in a grand auditorium, Emma took a moment to breathe deeply. The bustling energy of the crowd was palpable, but she felt calm and focused, anchored by the habits she had cultivated over the years. When her turn came, Emma walked onto the stage with quiet confidence. She began by sharing the core message of her journey, that self-discipline was the key to unlocking one's potential. She spoke about the long nights and early mornings, the setbacks and breakthroughs, and the powerful realization that success was a journey of consistent effort. Her speech was peppered with personal anecdotes, from the moment she decided to overcome her fear of English to the challenges of adapting to a high-pressure work environment. The audience was captivated by her sincerity and the tangible proof of her hard-won progress. After the speech, many attendees approached her, eager to learn more about her methods and to share their own experiences. A young woman named Sophia, who was struggling to balance work and studies, told Emma, "Your story has given me hope. I now understand that it's not about waiting for the perfect moment, but about making each moment count." Emma's response was simple yet profound. Every day is an opportunity. The magic lies in showing up, no matter how small the step. As Emma's influence grew, she continued to advocate for the transformative power of self-discipline in every aspect of life. Whether it was through community initiatives, speaking engagements, or her writing, she remained dedicated to the principle that success was not a destination, but a lifelong commitment to bettering oneself. Her journey became a beacon for those struggling with language barriers, self-doubt, or the inertia of complacency. In reflecting on her own path, Emma often recalled that pivotal moment at the seminar where Dr. Rachel Henderson's words had ignited a spark within her. That spark had grown into a steady flame, a flame that illuminated not only her own journey, but also the paths of countless others. Emma's story was a testament to the fact that self-discipline transcended circumstances. It wasn't about having an easy road. It was about embracing the hard work, the setbacks, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. In the years that followed, Emma continued to evolve. She took on leadership roles within her company, mentored new employees, and even collaborated on international projects that required constant learning and adaptation. Each new challenge reaffirmed her belief in self-discipline. With every success and every setback, she refined her approach, always striving to balance ambition with patience and determination with self-compassion. Emma's legacy was not defined solely by her professional achievements or her growing public profile. It was defined by the lives she touched. The ripple effect of her commitment to self-discipline was visible in the success stories of the people she mentored, the students who applied her techniques, and the community programs that blossomed under her guidance. Her journey, marked by countless small, deliberate choices, became a living blueprint for anyone willing to put in the effort to transform their lives. In the grand tapestry of life, Emma Carter's story was a vivid reminder that success is not a sudden stroke of luck, but a carefully crafted masterpiece built on the foundation of self-discipline. Her journey, from hesitant English learner to confident professional, from an individual striving for personal growth to a mentor inspiring others, serves as a beacon of hope. It teaches us that every setback can be overcome, every obstacle can be transformed into an opportunity, and every moment, no matter how ordinary, holds the potential for greatness. For anyone standing at the crossroads of self-doubt and aspiration, Emma's message remains clear. Embrace each day as a chance to improve. Cultivate habits that reinforce your goals. And remember, success is not about the perfect moment. It's about the courage to keep moving forward, one disciplined step at a time. As Emma continued to build her future, she never forgot the power of that first decision, a decision to choose self-discipline over complacency, to choose progress over perfection. And in doing so, she not only transformed her own life, but also illuminated a path for countless others seeking to unlock their full potential. Emma's journey continued to evolve in unexpected and inspiring ways. After the international conference in New York City, where she had captivated an audience with her message of perseverance and self-discipline, Emma returned to Austin with a renewed determination to refine every aspect of her life. The event not only affirmed her growth as a professional, but also opened up new avenues to explore and share her insights on self-discipline. Back at her company, Emma found herself entrusted with more challenging projects. The experience she had gained over the past months meant that every assignment, regardless of its complexity, became an opportunity to test her discipline further. In meetings with executives and colleagues, her calm and confident presence gradually transformed into that of a trusted leader. She often led brainstorming sessions, encouraging open dialogue and creative problem solving. Her colleagues, Michael Collins, Olivia Martinez, and many others, were increasingly drawn to her disciplined approach and willingness to embrace challenges head on. Even as her professional life flourished, Emma never lost sight of the foundational habits that had brought her this far. Every morning, before the sun rose over the Texas skyline, she would wake up with a sense of purpose. With a steaming mug of coffee in hand and her vocabulary flashcards spread out on the kitchen table, Emma reviewed new words, phrases, and idioms. She integrated these sessions with meditative practices that helped her focus on the present moment, a quiet ritual that set the tone for the day. She would often write down affirmations that tied back to her core belief: self-discipline is the engine of success. In the evenings, Emma dedicated time to self-reflection. Sitting in the cozy nook of her apartment, she would journal not only about her successes, but also about the obstacles she faced. Each entry was a mix of critical self-assessment and gentle encouragement, a personal dialogue where she acknowledged her shortcomings while celebrating even the smallest victories. These moments of introspection allowed her to adjust her approach when necessary and reinforced her commitment to continuous growth. Inspired by the overwhelming positive feedback from her international engagement, Emma expanded her outreach efforts through digital platforms. She began hosting weekly webinars that connected individuals from various parts of the United States, discussing topics ranging from time management and goal setting to overcoming the fear of speaking in a second language. In these virtual gatherings, she invited experts and everyday success stories alike, creating a melting pot of ideas where everyone contributed to the shared narrative of self-improvement. One memorable session featured an entrepreneur named James, who recounted his struggles with maintaining a work-life balance, and Lisa, a dedicated single mother who had started an online business while juggling family responsibilities. Their stories, interwoven with Emma's own journey, created a tapestry of resilience that resonated with audiences nationwide. These webinars not only helped her expand her network, but also led to the formation of a virtual community known as the Discipline Collective. In this online forum, members from different cities and states exchanged practical tips, motivational quotes, and personal experiences related to the power of routine and persistence. It wasn't long before the collective became a supportive space for individuals who were eager to learn and grow, regardless of their background or current struggles. Emma's leadership was marked by empathy and practical wisdom. She would often say, "Our journeys are different, but our destination, personal growth and success, is shared. Discipline connects us all." As the Discipline Collective grew, Emma recognized the potential to turn it into something even larger. With careful planning and collaboration with local community centers and universities, she helped launch an annual self-discipline summit in Austin. This summit was a convergence of voices: educators, business leaders, self-help authors, and everyday people with inspiring stories, all sharing strategies for instilling discipline into daily life. The summit featured interactive workshops, keynote speeches, and breakout sessions. Emma herself delivered a keynote that detailed her transformation from a hesitant English learner to a confident, internationally recognized speaker. In her address, she emphasized that the essence of discipline was not perfection, but consistency, and that every setback was a lesson that could be used to fuel future success. One of the most transformative moments for Emma came when she met Robert Thompson again, the writer who had first encouraged her to document her journey. Over time, their conversations deepened, evolving from discussions about literature to shared reflections on personal philosophy and growth. Robert's own journey through self-doubt and eventual self-actualization provided Emma with fresh perspectives on perseverance. Together, they explored the idea that discipline was not just a series of actions, but a way of living that required both courage and compassion. Their discussions often lasted late into the night, with the soft hum of Austin's cityscape in the background, and each conversation became a stepping stone toward richer, more nuanced understandings of what it meant to live a disciplined life. As her influence expanded, Emma was invited to contribute to national publications. In a heartfelt op-ed for a prominent U.S. newspaper, she recounted her journey in a raw and honest tone, discussing not only her achievements, but also the internal battles she fought daily. She wrote about the times when she felt overwhelmed by the pressures of balancing her career with her personal life, and how the discipline to keep going, even when every fiber of her being yearned for rest, was what ultimately made all the difference. This piece resonated with countless readers across the country, sparking conversations about mental health, resilience, and the importance of self-care as an integral part of self-discipline. Amid these professional triumphs and community-building efforts, Emma also nurtured personal relationships that enriched her life. Her family remained her anchor. Her parents, siblings, and close friends continually reminded her of where she came from and the values that had shaped her journey. Daniel Carter, her younger brother, often shared his own challenges at school and work, and Emma became a pillar of support, offering guidance drawn from her experiences. Her relationship with Michael Collins deepened as well, evolving from friendly support to a meaningful partnership built on mutual respect and shared aspirations. They often planned weekend outings, exploring the vibrant cultural spots around Austin, and these moments of relaxation became essential for recharging her spirit. Yet, for Emma, the essence of her journey was not solely found in external achievements. It was the internal transformation, the shift from self-doubt to self-belief, from hesitance to assertiveness, that truly defined her path. She understood that self-discipline was a lifelong endeavor, one that required perpetual commitment. There were still moments when the old fears crept in, when the language barriers or the weight of expectations made her question if she was on the right path. But each time those moments arose, She revisited her routines, sought advice from mentors like Olivia Martinez, and reminded herself of the progress she had already made. Every challenge was met with a thoughtful recalibration of her approach, a testament to the resilient spirit she had cultivated. As years passed, Emma's contributions to her community and her field became a living legacy. The Self Discipline Summit grew into an event that attracted participants from across the United States, all eager to learn from her and share their own breakthroughs. Educational institutions invited her to speak about the role of discipline in academic and personal success, and she took every opportunity to inspire others. Her book, which had started as a personal memoir, evolved into a widely recommended guide that integrated practical strategies with motivational insights. It was translated into several languages, reaching readers around the globe, and Emma was often invited to international conferences where she continued to speak passionately about the universal power of self-discipline. In private moments, Emma continued to cherish the simple rituals that had once been the cornerstone of her transformation. Whether it was the quiet mornings spent reviewing vocabulary or the reflective evenings dedicated to journaling, she knew that the strength of her success lay in the everyday practices that formed the bedrock of her character. Even as she achieved greater heights and touched more lives, she remained grounded in the belief that every step forward, no matter how small, was a victory worth celebrating. Emma Carter's journey serves as a vivid illustration of the transformative power of self-discipline for success. Her story, a continuous blend of struggle, determination, and triumph, reminds us that the journey to personal growth is paved with deliberate choices and daily commitments. It teaches that even when challenges seem insurmountable, a steadfast commitment to routine, reflection, and resilience can unlock doors to unimaginable opportunities. Her life is a testament to the idea that success is not an isolated moment of brilliance, but rather a mosaic of persistent, disciplined actions that build up over time. Through her own experiences and the countless lives she has touched, Emma has shown that self-discipline is not about achieving perfection overnight. It's about showing up every day, learning from each misstep, and embracing the process of becoming the best version of yourself. In the grand tapestry of life, where every individual story is interwoven with threads of hope, struggle, and eventual triumph, Emma Carter's narrative shines as a beacon of inspiration. It urges all who read it to take a closer look at their own lives, to recognize the potential that lies within each disciplined moment, and to understand that the path to success is open to anyone willing to take that first, courageous step. In the wake of her growing influence, Emma Carter found that her journey toward self-discipline continued to deepen in both unexpected and rewarding ways. While her professional achievements were celebrated across the United States, she realized that the most profound transformations were happening within herself. Every day brought a new lesson in resilience and growth, a reminder that self-discipline was not a destination, but an ever-evolving way of life. One autumn evening, as the leaves turned amber and the Texas skies glowed with the hues of twilight, Emma received an invitation to participate in a televised roundtable discussion on a national news network. The show aimed to explore how personal discipline had become a cornerstone of success in today's fast-paced world. The opportunity to share her story on such a platform both thrilled and intimidated her. Preparing for the broadcast demanded a level of focus and poise that pushed her comfort zone even further. In the weeks leading up to the show, Emma intensified her routine. Mornings began even earlier as she dedicated time to meditation, physical exercise, and reviewing not only her English vocabulary, but also articles and books on leadership and personal development. Afternoons were set aside for practicing interview techniques with a communications coach recommended by Olivia Martinez. Remember, her coach advised, your journey is as important as your message. Speak from the heart, and the discipline that guided you will shine through. With every practice session, Emma felt her confidence solidify. She knew that the challenges of a live broadcast were just another opportunity to demonstrate the power of consistency and determination. The day of the televised discussion arrived, and Emma stepped onto the stage of the studio with a calm demeanor that belied the intensity of her preparation. The panel included several esteemed figures from various fields. Jonathan Reed, a renowned motivational speaker, Denise Morales, a successful tech entrepreneur, and Carla Johnson, an educator and advocate for lifelong learning. The conversation quickly evolved into a dynamic exchange of ideas, personal anecdotes, and insights into the importance of self-discipline in achieving personal and professional success. Emma's contributions resonated deeply, particularly when she recounted the early days of her struggle with English and the transformative moment when she realized that waiting for motivation was a luxury she could no longer afford. Following the broadcast, Emma received an outpouring of support from viewers across the country. Social media buzzed with messages of encouragement and admiration. Messages like, "Your story is proof that consistent effort can overcome any obstacle," and "Emma, you inspire me to never give up on my dreams," flooded her inbox. This public affirmation further fueled her passion to help others. It became clear to her that the journey she had embarked on was part of a larger tapestry of collective growth, a movement toward personal empowerment built on the foundation of self-discipline. As the weeks turned into months, Emma's life continued to blossom with new challenges and opportunities. She was invited to partner with several educational institutions to design curriculum modules on self-discipline and personal success. These modules, aimed at high school and college students, emphasized practical exercises, like creating habit trackers, setting measurable goals, and engaging in reflective journaling, that had been instrumental in Emma's own progress. In classrooms across the United States, students began to see self-discipline not as a restrictive chore, but as a liberating path toward realizing their full potential. At one of these sessions at a prestigious university in California, Emma met a young student named Aaron Brooks. Aaron, a first-generation college student with dreams of becoming an engineer, had long struggled with procrastination and self-doubt. Over the course of the workshop, Emma took the time to speak with him one-on-one. "Aaron," she said gently, "I know the pressure you feel is immense, but remember that every small step counts. Build your discipline one day at a time, and soon you'll find that those small steps have led you to great heights." Aaron's eyes lit up with determination as he absorbed her words, a silent promise forming to apply these lessons in his own life. Witnessing this kind of transformation reaffirmed Emma's belief that the impact of self discipline could ripple far beyond individual success. It could create a community of empowered, purpose driven people. Despite the many achievements and accolades, Emma's journey was not without its moments of introspection and personal struggle. There were evenings when the memories of her past insecurities resurfaced, when the pressure of maintaining her disciplined routine clashed with the natural desire for rest and spontaneity. On such nights, Emma often found solace in long walks along the trails of Zilker Park, where the serene environment provided her with the space to reflect on her progress and recalibrate her goals. It was during these reflective walks that she realized the true essence of self-discipline. It was not about rigidly adhering to a schedule, but about maintaining a balance that allowed growth, adaptation, and self-care. In these quiet moments, Emma would revisit the journal entries that documented her journey from uncertainty to empowerment. The pages were filled with both triumphs and tribulations, each entry a testament to her unwavering commitment to personal excellence. The process of writing had become a form of therapy, a ritual that helped her process her emotions and fortify her resolve. Sometimes she would even write letters to her past self, acknowledging the fears and doubts that once held her back, and reassuring her that every challenge was a stepping stone toward the person she was becoming. In the midst of her busy schedule, Emma also dedicated time to deepen her connection with her roots. She organized regular family gatherings where her parents, siblings, and close friends would share stories of resilience, celebrate achievements, and discuss future aspirations. These moments of unity served as a reminder that no matter how far she soared professionally, the support of loved ones was the foundation that sustained her. Daniel Carter, her younger brother, often expressed his admiration, saying, "Emma, you've taught me that self-discipline isn't just about following a routine. It's about building a life where every day is filled with purpose and intention." Such affirmations from her family reinforced the interconnectedness of personal and collective growth. The ongoing success of the Self-Discipline Summit further catalyzed Emma's commitment to spreading the message. Each year, the summit attracted a diverse audience, from seasoned professionals and educators to aspiring students and community leaders. The event evolved into a festival of ideas and practices, featuring interactive sessions on time management, creative visualization, mindfulness, and stress management. A particularly memorable session featured a panel discussion on overcoming failure. The panelists, including Emma, shared intimate details of their setbacks and the resilient spirit that emerged from those experiences. It was a powerful reminder that failure was not the end, but rather an integral part of the journey toward success. One evening during the summit, while mingling with attendees, Emma met Grace Matthews, a dedicated social worker from Chicago who was deeply involved in community outreach programs. Grace shared how the principles of self-discipline had transformed the lives of at-risk youth in her neighborhood. "We taught them that small, consistent actions could change their lives," Grace explained passionately. "When they see that even the smallest effort can lead to success, they start believing in themselves." Emma was moved by Grace's story and realized that the discipline she had nurtured was a universal language, one that transcended cultural and geographical boundaries. This encounter spurred a collaborative project between Emma and Grace, aiming to develop an online portal that provided resources, workshops, and community support for individuals striving to build a disciplined lifestyle. The development of this online portal became one of Emma's most ambitious projects, drawing on her experiences and the insights she had gained from the Discipline Collective. She collaborated with tech experts, educators, and community leaders to create a platform that was both accessible and impactful. The portal featured daily motivational messages, interactive habit tracking tools, video tutorials on time management and mindfulness, and forums where users could share their own stories of triumph and challenge. Emma's vision was clear: to build a digital community that empowered people to harness the power of self-discipline, regardless of their background or circumstances. The launch of the portal was celebrated with much fanfare. Webinars, live chats, and social media campaigns helped spread the word, and soon thousands of users joined the online community. Feedback poured in from across the United States, from a high school teacher in rural Nebraska who used the portal to inspire her students, to a busy executive in New York City who found in it a way to manage work stress and personal aspirations. Each story reaffirmed Emma's belief that self-discipline was not a solitary pursuit, but a shared journey that could bridge the gap between dreams and reality. Amid these professional endeavors, Emma also found time to nurture her creative side. Inspired by her writing sessions and the evolving narrative of her life, she began experimenting with different forms of storytelling. In the quiet hours of the early morning, she would sit at her writing desk, its surface scattered with notes, sketches, and quotes, and let her thoughts flow freely. Poetry, short stories, and reflective essays emerged as expressions of her innermost feelings and philosophies. These creative outlets provided her with a renewed sense of balance, merging the analytical with the emotional, the disciplined with the spontaneous. One such piece of writing, a heartfelt essay on the interplay of discipline and creativity, garnered significant attention online. Readers resonated with Emma's honest portrayal of the struggle to maintain discipline while allowing room for creative expression. In an era where productivity was often measured by rigid schedules and quantifiable goals, her words struck a chord, reminding everyone that true growth was multidimensional. It was a delicate balance: to be disciplined without being confined, to work diligently without stifling the creative spirit. As the years passed, Emma's endeavors grew increasingly multifaceted. She ventured into speaking tours, not only across the United States, but also internationally. Every new country, every different cultural setting, presented unique challenges and opportunities to learn. Whether addressing a conference in London, participating in a panel discussion in Sydney, or hosting workshops in diverse communities in the United States, Emma adapted her message to resonate with local audiences while remaining true to her core philosophy. She learned to appreciate the nuances of different perspectives, and in doing so, her own understanding of discipline and success expanded even further. In one particularly memorable tour across the American Midwest, Emma visited small towns and large cities alike, finding that the desire for personal growth was universal. In a community center in Des Moines, Iowa, she met Samuel Jenkins, a retired factory worker who had rediscovered his passion for painting after decades of inactivity. Samuel shared how embracing a disciplined routine had allowed him to rekindle his creative spark and find joy in his later years. His story was a poignant reminder that it's never too late to pursue one's passions, no matter where life's journey has taken you. Emma's interactions with people like Samuel enriched her own perspective, reinforcing the idea that self-discipline was a continuous, inclusive journey open to all. Even as her public persona shone brightly, Emma maintained a humble and reflective inner world. There were evenings when, after a long day of mentoring, public speaking, and community engagement, she would return to the quiet sanctuary of her home. In those moments, the soft glow of a desk lamp illuminated her journal, and she would write down the day's lessons and insights. These reflections often delved into the more subtle aspects of discipline, the importance of pausing to appreciate progress, the strength found in vulnerability, and the realization that every disciplined action was an affirmation of self-worth. One such reflective night, Emma penned a series of thoughts that would later be compiled into a new chapter of her evolving narrative. She wrote, "Discipline is not merely about strict schedules and unwavering routines. It is about embracing the entirety of life with its chaos and beauty. It is the art of balancing determination with grace, of forging ahead while honoring the lessons of every misstep. In every moment of doubt, there lies an opportunity to rebuild, refine, and rise stronger." These words not only captured her personal journey, but also served as a guiding beacon for those who sought to overcome their own limitations. In her continued pursuit of knowledge, Emma also began exploring academic studies on habit formation and psychology. She attended seminars, read research papers, and even enrolled in online courses to understand the science behind self-discipline. This academic curiosity enriched her practical strategies, enabling her to share insights backed by both personal experience and scientific research. At a notable conference at a prominent U.S. university, she collaborated with experts who were eager to bridge the gap between theory and practice, further solidifying her role as both a practitioner and an advocate of disciplined living. Emma's personal relationships deepened as she balanced her burgeoning career with moments of intimacy and connection. Her relationship with Michael Collins evolved, characterized by mutual respect, shared dreams, and the understanding that their individual journeys were intertwined. They supported each other's ambitions while carving out quality time to nurture their bond. Weekend getaways, quiet evenings spent cooking together, and long walks discussing hopes and fears became rituals that anchored her even amidst the whirlwind of professional engagements. In a reflective conversation one rainy afternoon, Michael shared, "Emma, your journey has taught me that discipline isn't about sacrificing life. It's about enriching it. Every step you take, every small victory, adds a layer to who you are. I see in you a spirit that reminds us all to live intentionally." His words resonated deeply with Emma, reaffirming her belief that the most meaningful aspects of self-discipline were those that nourished both the mind and the heart. As Emma's influence and projects continued to grow, she found herself mentoring a diverse group of emerging leaders and thinkers. These individuals came from different professions, backgrounds, and age groups, yet they shared one common desire: to harness the power of discipline to transform their lives. Whether it was a young software developer grappling with the demands of a fast paced tech industry, or a middle aged artist rediscovering her passion for creativity, Emma tailored her guidance to meet each person where they were. She held intimate group sessions, facilitated peer discussions, and even arranged one on one mentoring calls that provided tailored advice and heartfelt encouragement. One remarkable mentoring moment occurred when Emma connected with a recent immigrant from the United States, Carlos Ramirez, who had moved from a small town in Texas to pursue higher education in a bustling urban center. Carlos confided in her about his struggles with adapting to a new environment and the language challenges that often left him feeling isolated. Emma listened intently and shared her own early struggles with English, emphasizing that every challenge was an opportunity to grow. "Carlos," she said warmly, "every new language, every new culture is a chance to expand your mind and your heart. The discipline to keep trying, even when it feels overwhelming, is the key to unlocking your potential." Carlos's gratitude and renewed determination were a testament to the transformative impact of empathy combined with practical guidance. As time passed, Emma's legacy blossomed into a vibrant ecosystem of support, learning, and personal transformation. Her journey, from a timid English learner in Austin to a nationally recognized figure of empowerment, was celebrated not just as a tale of individual success, but as a movement that inspired countless others to believe in the power of self-discipline. Her story was shared in workshops, classrooms, community centers, and online forums, each retelling serving as a reminder that success was accessible to everyone willing to take that disciplined step forward. In the quiet of her study, Emma often reflected on the intertwining threads that had woven together her remarkable journey. It was a tapestry of dreams pursued with unwavering commitment, setbacks met with resilience, and moments of joy celebrated with humility. Every decision to wake up early, every instance of pushing through self-doubt, every instance of choosing progress over perfection had contributed to a legacy that reached far beyond her personal achievements. As the sun set on another day in Austin, Emma sat by her window with a cup of herbal tea, watching the city lights flicker to life. In that gentle silence, she acknowledged the beauty of her journey, the triumphs and the trials, and the profound truth that self-discipline was the quiet force behind every extraordinary success. It was a journey that was still unfolding, filled with infinite possibilities, and one that she was honored to share with the world. Emma Carter's ongoing story is a vibrant reminder that success is a mosaic of disciplined actions, heartfelt connections, and the courage to keep moving forward, no matter the obstacles. Her life continues to inspire others to embrace self-discipline as not just a method, but as a way of living, one that empowers every person to transform challenges into stepping stones and dreams into reality.